Situations like those, it's more, for me, it's visualization. You know, when there's some dead time, I'll run out on the field and kind of just look through the uprights and kind of get a feel what the wind's doing and just watch that ball go through.
And all of the link, watch the ball go through as the Eagles beat the Texans tonight. Gary Cobb joining me as always. Gary, I love talking with Jake Elliott there after the game. I asked him what that moment's like, and he said it's me time. Me time for me is doing like a face mask at home, so kicking the last-minute field goal. I mean, it's two different kinds of me time.
But that's probably the way he practices it, you know, mentally going through it like that. Make sure it goes through every time, though.
Yes. Let's talk about Nick Foles, though, for a second, because we can make all these say Nick Foles saved Christmas jokes that we want, but he had a stellar game. He set the new Eagles record for most passing yards in a single game with 471. I mean, well, what can you say about his game today?
Well, it's just remarkable. I mean, there's a certain confidence that seems to spread to everybody. They talk about his poise. And the thing about Nick Foles, you know why he's like that? Nick Foles has been through this before. He's been to the bottom, meaning he's basically been looking at his career where it was over. And he realized, you know, it's not the end of the world. So...
Are you quoting Drake over here, started from the bottom, now he's here? Like,
I mean, there is some truth to the fact that, you know, he has been to the bottom. I mean, he's had where nobody wanted him. His career was basically over. And so now maybe he's able to not take it so seriously where he plays with a calm that's very unusual.
I mean, that's what his teammates always say, and you see it as well, even from that Rams game. There's a calming presence when Nick Foles is out there. But, Gary, you talk about possibly the end of his career from a few years back. Well, we both heard Nick Foles earlier today, a very emotional Nick Foles talking about this, the fact that this could potentially be his final home game at the Link as an Eagle. Do you think this is his final game at the Link as an Eagle?
Probably. Yeah, I think he won't be back. There's no way they can afford him.
He deserves to be a starter, too.
Well, I'll tell you what. With just these games he's played, he's probably made himself maybe $40, $50 million.
That's a fair point.
He's going to get a big contract from somebody because there are teams out there where basically their GM and their head coach, their jobs are tied to the quarterback, and they look at the way that Nick Foles is playing. They say, you know what? We'll tie ourselves to him.
Fair point.
So
he's a stand-up guy, too, so that's one of the reasons why you would want to get involved. But let's talk about Zach Ertz for a second, another stand-up guy. He passed Jason Witten for most catches by a tight end in a season today. What kind of impact just his entire season and on this game is he having right now? Well,
you know, he has a mastery of the game from a standpoint that you can see that he knows the coverages very well as the defensive guy. So he knows, you know, what is your responsibility, you know, so there's certain things that you have to guard from, and he knows where to attack. He knows where to attack the coverage. He's able to, you know, give you the move and set you up, and he does a great job using his body to shield the ball, and he's got great hands. He's one of the best route runners I've ever seen as a tight end. I mean, he could very well be the best.
And I know Eagles fans will love to hear that he thanked Brent Selleck as a big part of one of the reasons why he was able to get to this point in his career. The defensive numbers looked good, at least on paper, Gary. I mean, they stopped the Texans on 3 of 10 on third down. However, it's Festivus, and that's time to air the grievances, and you have some grievances when it comes to the defense today.
Well, the bottom line is, you know, they're late in the game, with the game on the line, they couldn't stop them. 14 points in the fourth quarter, that's too much. Come on. You know, and long drives, and you know, and a couple of plays, on one of the plays, it was really ridiculous. They had him in their grasp, like 4 guys on 4th down.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they weren't able to bring him down. I'm sorry. I know he's a great young player and everything.
Deshaun Watson was hard. Hard to contain. That
now,
was
they made the play here. That was Chris Long there with a big sack and forced a fumble, and Fletcher Cox recovered and all that. So they made some plays. It wasn't just one-sided. But with the game on the line, they couldn't stop him.
Well, with the game on the line, Gary, the Eagles were able to pull out the win. They got the win, and as you heard Doug Peterson say, a team that can find a way to win, that's the most important quality of the team.
And that's the team. But I'm just talking about the defense.
Yeah. But let's talk about the team as a whole for a second now, because they still have to go to Washington, and they still have to beat Washington. What do you want to see from this Eagles team right now in this final game of the season?
Well, I think we saw it today, which is find a way to win. I mean, and really, you know, I talked about the defense, but really they're part of the team, too. They found a way to win. They got to go. They got to, you know, find a way to beat the Redskins. You know, whatever it takes, and that's where it was today. Offensively, you know, they kind of got bailed out where they came out and they made the plays, but you got to find a way to win. There is no There's nothing to talk about if they lose.
No.
You know, who cares who wins or whatever, but they got to win. And I got to give it to this team. They do find ways to win.
Resilient.
Very
we saw it
resilient.
last December, and we're
Yep.
seeing it again now.
That's right. And that's the thing is you see the aggressiveness that Doug coached with, same way he did last year, and this team is starting to play the same way they did
They were
last year.
4 for 4 on 4th down today, Gary.
Amazing.
I appreciate it as always.